Everyone, welcome to the video. In here we're going to be discussing why Stryker is very awful in Mortal Kombat 3. And if I had to place him somewhere on a tier list, I would probably put him in bottom 3, bottom 4. You're going to see when I explain him, he seems like a pretty incomplete character. He's missing one of his iconic special moves, and the current special moves he does have in the game, a lot of them are not very good, so he's left with really only having one usable special. With that said, let's get into why Stryker is one of the worst characters in Mortal Kombat 3, and I have him as bottom tier. Let's first start off with Stryker's normal. So he's got a solid high kick like most characters, a very awful roundhouse that has a pretty bad hitbox. He has an okay sweep, and his jabs are either pretty good or awful, because against some characters in this game, as you guys know with the run jab pressure, Stryker cannot apply this to certain characters, which means his pressure in offense is almost non-existent. So if you're playing like a Sindel, she can actually run jab pressure you, so against her she's going to have insanely good pressure, but then in return you cannot pressure her. So matchups like this that Stryker deals with certain characters are very bad, because on one side he cannot apply a pressure to the opponent, but the opponent can pressure him all day. So he has this weakness with his jabs because of how high he jabs and how short he ducks compared to other characters ducking. You can see he even ducks shorter than Sindel. It causes these wonky matchups where if your opponent doesn't have low hitting jabs with good hitboxes, they'll whiff on Stryker. But at the same time, with how tall Stryker is, he's also affected by this, because if the opponent's hurt box isn't high enough when they're crouch blocking, his jabs will whiff. So that's one thing to note with Stryker. There are some matchups though where this actually benefits him a lot, like against Cabal. Cabal cannot jab Stryker, but Stryker can jab Cabal. And for UMK3, occasionally you'll see like a Stryker pick against Cabal that they like the matchup, even though Cabal still beats Stryker, because Cabal's just a way better character. Stryker has the way to make Cabal play a little bit different in the matchup compared to other characters, because Cabal can't just rely on his jabs the entire time. Now let's get into Stryker's special moves. So he's got a high grenade toss and a low grenade toss. If I had to compare these moves to any move, they would be similar to Johnny's force balls in Mortal Kombat 2, where you have one that travels a higher arc and then the other one travels a low arc. Now these grenade tosses in comparison to Johnny actually have better frame data, so you can see they're not too bad. Full screen you can get away with throwing maybe one or two at most. They recover a bit better than Johnny's projectiles, but just be mindful if you get into closer range, they have a lot of lag to them. So if you do end up using these, occasionally you'll throw one or two maybe full screen, and that's about it. Now getting into his next special move, and I forgot this special move even exists, it's his low baton sweep. Now this move does hit low, and it's got decent range. The problem is, as you can see, I'm stuck in recovery for so long. And if your opponent blocks this, you're dead. Crazy how unsafe this is. Yeah, you're eating a full combo. But the thing that makes this move almost unusable is the fact that when you hit your opponent with it, they will move first, then you will. And it's very minus on hit. Sindel can actually get up and hit you before you can move. Characters like Cabal will just get up and combo you for you hitting them with this move, so they get a free combo. So this move is absolutely terrible. I would never use it. His next special move is the baton throw, and this is probably his best special move because it recovers quick, it's fast, it won't make contact with your opponent if they're far enough. It's a good anti-cross-up. If they jump over you, you can quickly do that, so it makes it difficult to jump at Stryker. You could also do an anti-air high punch into this as a basic combo. This move can also be used to punish certain attacks on block. So if you're quick enough, you can punish sweeps and other attacks, which makes it a good move to use as a punisher, and it'll always switch sides. This is probably his best special move out of all the ones he has. Now you guys are probably thinking, well, what about his gun? He didn't touch on his gun. Well, the thing is, in Mortal Kombat 3, Stryker was not given his gun yet. I guess it wasn't complete, so I'm trying to input backward 1, it's not coming out. So his gun does not exist in Mortal Kombat 3. They finished and added that in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 when they got to complete Stryker. And because Stryker doesn't have his gun, which is his best combo extension in UMK3. If you guys have seen any match footage of that game or combo videos, you can see Stryker can get a 100% combo infinite, and he has 100% corner infinite using that gun repeatedly in combos. So with his launcher, him having a 4-hit mid launcher, off this, in UMK3 you would go into his gun, and then you would, as I said earlier, with his baton move, to come in closer, sneak in a jab, do another gun. I'll show you guys this when I get to UMK3 and I go over Stryker in that game. But in MK3, Stryker is pretty awful. I mean, he doesn't have his best combo extending move. His only good special is really baton toss, which is not even one of the best special moves in the game, but it's pretty solid. He's just stuck with a lot of these special moves that aren't good. You have these underwhelming grenade projectiles. You have one of the most useless low sweep specials. So he only has one usable special. And then on top of that, he can't even jab some characters, which makes his offense the worst in the game. Now you're probably thinking, okay, let's say you hit your opponent with your 4-hit launcher, right? What can you get off this? Well, honestly, the combos that Stryker can do aren't much. So I would assume you could do something like this. I'm gonna just try a simple combo. So that, wow, that did 45%? Really? Just for walk up, jab, baton toss? That's kind of crazy. Let's try that combo again. So, wow, okay, so that does a lot of damage. I don't really know what combo you would do with Stryker in this game, but I guess you could do that. That's 45%. That's a lot. But it doesn't really look like 45% on the health bar. Or maybe I'm just not used to the life bars looking weird. What do you guys think? Does that look like 45% to you? Does it look like 45%? So that should be 90% in total, right? Oh, wait a minute, that's so weird. Why would that uppercut not kill her? Something is off here. I don't know what it is. But I have a feeling uppercuts, I thought, did 20% in this game. So if that was 45% twice, that should have been 90%, which means the uppercut, which I thought did 20%, maybe they changed it in MK3 from MK3. I believe the uppercut should kill her. Let's go through that. Let's check really quickly. So that's, maybe it's not 20%. No, that's 5 uppercuts. That is 20%. What is going on here then? So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, which means if I do the combo on her, 45%, I do it again. She should have 90% here. She should have 90%. If both of that did 45%, she should have 90, which means when I uppercut her here, it's doing 20. How is that not killing her? That means she has over 20% life left, but how is that possible if I'm getting 45% twice? I'm so confused right now. The game is actually somehow lying, or maybe I don't understand how this works. Maybe there's something in place. Maybe if you hit your opponent with a baton throw, they have, for whatever reason, damage protection to the next uppercut? Is that what's happening? So, will I need to do 5 here to get a kill? No, it's 4. So the baton... I was not expecting for this weird... I was not expecting to catch this weird issue here while making this video, because now I'm kind of stumped as to why. Maybe somebody in the comments, one of you guys will understand what's going on here. I assume, I guess, the combo counter is lying, because when I look at the life bar, doing a simple combo like this does not look like a 45% combo. Yeah, this does not look like a 45% combo. It looks like it's less. Like slightly less. Maybe, I want to say 39% both? But then why would the game say 45%? Why is it showing me more than I'm actually getting? Is Stryker so bad in this game that the game actually feels bad, and to make the player feel better, the game gives you an inflated number that you're not even getting? Is that... I was not expecting to see something like this in this game. This threw me off guard. I've never seen combo percentages that are complete lies. I wonder, maybe it's the baton move that doesn't display damage correctly. So it's saying that those 2 hits were 25%. If that's true, then 4 of these should kill my opponent, right? That should be 50. This should be 75%. And this should be death. No, it is accurate. I have no clue what's going on. I feel like I can't explain this to you guys because I have no idea what's going on. There's some kind of weird... Either the damage counter is wrong, or there's some kind of hidden damage protection if you do 2 of those combos in a row, or maybe the specific launcher into jab, baton toss is making the uppercut do less than half as the ender. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe one of you guys have come across this weird glitch. It's possible it's maybe in MK3 in some shape or form. Stryker's a character I never really played and used much of, so if he does have some kind of this weird issue around him, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys what it is because I lack the experience of playing him in these games. I never was a Stryker player. But anyway, with that weird dilemma, let's end the video here because I have no clue why the game is saying that I'm getting 45%, but then I'm actually not getting 45%. Unless I am getting 45% for those two combos, but then the opponent is put in this state where the uppercut is doing less than half damage. I have no clue what it is. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.